Hello and welcome back to another Galaxy of Heroes video. In this one we're going to be taking a look at the Zeta priority for the First Order team. And if you do find this video helps you out, please like, subscribe, it really helps the channel out a lot. So first off we're going to go into Boundless Ambition on General Hux. This Zeta states, if the allied leader is First Order, all other First Order allies also gain advantage for 2 turns at the start of each encounter. If all allies are First Order at the start of the battle, enemies can't gain bonus turn meter while Hux has an advantage, which is huge. Because characters like early game characters are going to really notice this when people try to use Vader against the First Order team, or you're coming up against the Vader, because at the start he cannot force crush and then Merciless Massacre, which gives him that one extra turn at the start. But stopping turn meter gains is really important against a lot of teams, so that's why it's my number one Zeta and the first one that I will be applying. I mean, of course, the SLKR ones are the most important Zetas, but you're going to get him last out of all the characters. So second, I'm going to say, what is it? Scarred? Scarred? I'm pretty sure it's Scarred. But this was it's Kylo gains taunt for 1 turn at the start of each encounter and has double counter chance while taunting. This is important because it's a pre-taunt. Pretty much. It's like having Shaw Trooper or like GBA. It's important because he can go with any other team in the game. It's important for things like Conquest is a place where it's important. So, you know, your main characters that you try to get to survive aren't being hit. Obviously, it means your other First Order characters aren't being hit in something like Grand Arena, but that's why I think it's the second Zeta I'm going to apply, just because of his survivability. I needed him to be hit a lot for things like Conquest, so I'm going to be able to put him on other teams that, you know, aren't using SLKR or anyone like that, and just shoving him on there in like Massive Eternal team, just because he's a pre-taunt. I don't think Merciless Pursuit is a very important, but we'll talk about that later. Third, we're going to go for Emperor's Legacy. Whenever another First Order or Sith ally is defeated, the cooldown of Vengeful Blast is reset. Then Sith Trooper gains advantage for 1 turn and takes a bonus turn. Of course, the bonus turn is great, but the most important part about this Zeta is the Vengeful Blast cooldown is reset as an ally, First Order or Sith ally is defeated, because Vengeful Blast for each First Order or Sith ally defeated, this does 50% more damage, I think. Yeah. So the more it goes on and the more characters that die, the more Sith Trooper ramps up, and we know he's a great damage dealer anyway. So dealing that another 50% for each character that has died is absolutely insane. He can wipe out teams if he's on his own, kind of thing. He's an amazing character. So then number 4, we're gonna go down all the way to the First Order TIE Pilot and go for Keen Eye. And this is an important Zeta, not because of the Zeta particularly, but because it leads you on to the Omicron, which we want. So this just gains you extra crit damage and gains Foresight, which, I mean, the Foresight is important for feats in Conquest or even Galactic Challenges, which is nice. But the important thing is it leads straight on to the Omicron, and you don't have to apply all the extra Omegas and the Mark III mats, which is why I think it's the 4th most important, because you want to get onto that Omicron straight away because it is really good. And it brings the rest of the characters that aren't on the SLKR team together. So next up, we are going to be taking a look at, I think, Kylo Zeta. Yep. Outrage. An extra 15% damage and recover protection equal to damage dealt, which makes him a monster for early game characters. A lot of early game players. A lot of people are going to have bought this £10 pack for BB-8. And then Kylo's just going to be like a solo machine. He's like a pseudo Savage or a pseudo Wampa early. I'm talking early game. He's not great against bigger teams, but really early game, he's going to be able to solo a lot of teams, do it with full health and protection, get you all those extra banners, especially if you're in like the bottom of Bronzium and you've just bought this pack, got an R5 Kylo Ren, and like, cool, get this Zeta on. It is a really, really strong. What was that, number 5? Number 6. Okay, so next up, we're going to be talking about Phasma Zeta. What's that, number 6 now? And that will be Fire at Will. And this is a great Zeta because it's the leadership for the First Order TIE Pilot Omicron team, which is how I'm going to be using it anyway. So we've got minus 15% damage penalty, triple assist for all First Order and First Order allies, gain advantage for 2 turns at the start of each encounter. Can't be a critical hit while have advantage and gain 20% potency. It's just a solid leadership. Nothing too great about it, nothing crazy. Nothing over the top, but it will be that leadership for the Omicron team. So next up, we're going to be having a look at where is he? Stormtrooper Return Fire. which whenever First Order Stormtrooper uses any ability, he has 50% chance to call a random ally to assist, which is always nice, dealing 50% damage. Dealing 50% damage unless they are First Order, then grant them to it. What? Dealing 50% damage unless. Is that supposed to say less? Strange. Unless they are First Order, then grants them advantage for 2 turns if they were First Order. Dealing 50% damage. Oh no, it just means half damage. What an idiot. But yeah, that's number 7. A good Zeta on a solid character will be the tank for that SLKR team. So I've got really nothing bad I can really say about it. Nothing amazing. Either the other Zetas are better. And I think the final Zeta is going to be, where is it? Nope, next character will be Merciless Pursuit. I don't think it's a leadership that is used very often, or it won't be for me anyway. Early game plays, I get it if you want to Zeta this, because he will be a lead until SLKR, but it's not really going to bother me because I'm going to unlock SLKR in a couple of months now. So I don't think it's worth it, because I want to get these Zetas on the other characters and then Zeta. What's it called? Yeah, on the other characters and then put all 6 Zetas on SLKR straight away. So it's not really going to bother me. But this one gives extra crit damage, speed, turn meter, and when First Order allies gain a status effect, they gain or recover 5% health and protection. So it is a good Zeta. It's a great leadership as well, but it's the least important to me anyway, just because I'm going to have SLKR so soon, and I'm sure a lot of people that bought the pack will have SLKR quite soon as well. So I don't think it's worth it, because he's just going to be sat on that team most of the time anyway. But I think that is all the Zetas. There's not a crazy amount in the First Order. There are 3 characters that don't have Zetas at all, which, you know, is really nice. You just slap those Omegas on and they're done. But when we can take a look. So, have we covered them all? I'm pretty sure we have. So, First Order Officer, Executioner, and a Special Forces TIE Pilot don't have one. We don't need to cover Palps because he's not First Order. Cover both Kylo Ren's, Hux, Sith Trooper, Phasma, Kylo, Stormtrooper, and First Order TIE Pilot. So yeah, that's all 8. So just to sum up, Hux first, then Kylo's Ren Unmasked Special, Sith Trooper, First Order TIE Pilot, and then what was it? Phasma's lead, Phasma's lead, Kylo. No, it was Kylo and then Phasma, and then Stormtrooper and Kylo Ren Unmasked lead. See, this is why these videos should be scripted and not just out of my mind. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not too fussed. But yeah, I mean, obviously prioritize Supreme League Kylo Zetas, but you've got time before you unlock him to get the other Zetas and start saving up for SLKR. But yeah, that'll be the end of this video. If this has helped you in any way, please subscribe, like, it really helps me out a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one.